Hello everyone, it's Laura. So today I'm going to be introducing my Pan That palette for 2023. So Pan That palette was created by Amber F. And this year's theme that was decided on with the Fantastic Ladies collab Facebook group is Kicking It Old School. So you can either pick your oldest palette or just an older palette. For me, I decided to go with an older palette, not my oldest, because for two reasons. One, every year I've done Pan That palette, I've always chosen my oldest palette to work on. And I kind of want to not do that this year. And second of all, the two oldest palettes I have, so these were bought the same time, so they're both the same age. They're both equally as old. So this past year, 2022, I worked on a Vice palette. That was an epic failure. And the year before that, I worked on a Too Faced holiday palette, which also was an epic failure. And I need a break from big palettes. So I just really could use a win this year. So I moved to Japan in 2017, I think. 2016 or 17? I think it was 16. Anyway, so any palette I had before I moved there, I'm considering an old palette. And this palette is one of the palettes I brought with me when I moved there. And that is the Too Faced Chocolate Chip palette. This is what it looks like. So I have actually used this palette a bunch. So there's a really big dip in this shade. There's also a big dip in this one. This bottom row really has been used a lot. Also this purple shade. Not only is there not a lot of pans in this palette, the pans are even smaller than the pans from my Vice palette. So the pans are, so the big one is 1.5 grams, which is pretty decent. And then the smaller ones are 0.5 grams. So pretty small. I think I know I say this every year, but I really feel good about this. I feel like I actually have a chance of finishing this palette, and there's no like shade in here that I wouldn't use. Like there's no black shades or whatever. Like every shade in here is something that I would use and potentially finish. So that's my palette for this year. Like every year, I've only ever been able to finish 2 or 3 shades from my Pan That palette. I've never been able to finish a majority of it. So if I can finish the majority of this, I'll be very happy. Obviously the goal is to finish the whole thing. We'll see. Alright, so that's everything. I'll see you next time. Bye.